Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. It might be time. It might be time, guys. It might be time we finally watch a striker playing up front for Arsenal, an out and out striker. We are very close. Arsenal versus Tottenham in Hong Kong, our third game of the tour, the final game of the tour. After this, it's down to business because it's only two more games after this. This is the last one of the tour. And then Arsenal are back in London to play against two La Liga teams in Bilbao and Villarreal, and then Bilbao, and then the Premier League season gets started. So not too much time, but first up, it's Tottenham in a friendly match. Now, I don't know if you can call this a friendly. We just played Newcastle the other day. Yes, it was a friendly, but we saw the tackles in that game and everything, it doesn't really seem like a friendly. And I doubt this one will look like a friendly as well. I don't think when this game starts, it's going to be looking like a friendly. The only friendly thing about this game is that you're allowed to make 11 subs, and more than that if you want. That's the only thing you can make as many subs as you want. But apart from that, there's going to be tackles, there's going to be a couple of fights here and there as per usual. But it's Arsenal against Tottenham. Now, recently I have a good record against them. In terms of transfer business, I don't think they've done as much as they wanted to do. They've signed a very good player in Kudus. He's already shown his quality already in one of their friendly games. Last game, I think they drew 0-0 with Luton, so it's going to be interesting to see how they do in this one. Now, again, we've beaten Newcastle, we've beaten AC Milan. This is another game that I expect us to win, heading back to London. How tough is it going to be? Which kind of lineup will we go for? Which kind of lineup will Arteta decide to go for in this one? Will we end up starting Gyökeres, or because of the fitness, he hasn't been training at all since the end of the season? He actually just trained for the first time on Tuesday, on the day of recording this. So I don't know if he's going to be absolutely fit. So I don't think he's going to start this game. We might see him off the bench. It would be absolutely fantastic. I mean, I'm sure Gyökeres himself, he would want to play a part in this game for sure. He probably even wants to start. But because of the fitness and all that, I doubt he will start. Now, we are coming into this game with a couple of injury worries. Calafiori went off injured in the other game. He was seen in training today. Timber was also seen in training, but he hasn't played any preseason games as well. And same with Gabriel. So for me personally, I don't see any need of risking those players. There's still two more preseason games to go. Just let them keep on training. Just let them keep on, getting used to the ball once again. And then after this tour, they will be back to start, because we can't afford to lose players like Timber and Calafiori right now, when we've already sold Tierney and Tomiyasu, and Moscow is not 100% ready yet, and Gabriel is still injured, so we can't afford to risk anyone. So we do have other defenders who can play, players like Zinchenko, so let them play. And then when we get back to London, then these other players can, hopefully they're fit by then and they can start to get some game time as well. Now, Gyökeres is not the only one expecting to make his debut. Mosquera as well. He didn't play the last game because he wasn't fit, and he just played in the under 21 Euros as well with Spain, so he wasn't really ready for the Newcastle game. But for this one, he might be ready. It's going to be very interesting to see whether he's going to just come on as a sub for Saliba. Is he going to start instead of Saliba in this one? Is he going to play next to Saliba, because we've been told he can play both of those positions, the left side and the right side. Really looking forward to how he features in the Arsenal team as well. So far we've seen 3 debuts from Kepa, which was a great debut. Nogard, Subimendi, great in both games, all of those players. And obviously we haven't really seen Madueke yet. We haven't seen Mosquera yet. We haven't seen Gyökeres yet. So still 3 more debuts to see, probably 2 of them on Thursday. I mean, I think with Gyökeres like 60%, 40%, there's a bigger chance that he's going to play at least 20 minutes. Imagine he gets on in this game and maybe scores a win, even if it's a friendly match. That would be very exciting, man, because this is our bagsman, man. If you hear all of his interviews, he's being asked, by Odegaard, what do you want from me? And he literally says, nothing really, just assists. And that is all I need. He said, only thing he wants to do at Arsenal is score goals. That is what we want to hear from our striker. So this is where the hard work starts. Obviously, we wanted him before pre-season. We got him, after 1 game. Yes, absolutely fine. But this is where I want him to get, used to the team, get in training, get on the pitch, get used to Saka, get used to Odegaard, get used to Martinelli, to Declan Rice, to Zubimendi, and everyone else, so that by the time we play United at the beginning of the season, we are fully ready and our forward line is already, hitting the ground running. That is what we need. Now, against Tottenham, it's not going to be easy, obviously. They're going to, want to prove themselves as well. You'd expect goals in this game, obviously. They just won a trophy last season for the first time in a long time. They've been, talking about it for a long time. Even today, I've seen them talking about it. Their fans in Hong Kong. But let's show them what North London is and what Color London is overall. So, which kind of lineup would I go for in this game? So, I will make a few changes. Obviously, the players have been training. Most of the players are, like you can see there, Calafiori has been in training, but as I said, no need to risk him. I have no problem with Kepa starting and Raya coming on, but personally for me, this is the lineup I have for this one. I am going to go with, let's remove that from screen. I am going to go for in goal, David Raya. So again, I don't mind if Raya plays 90 minutes in this one and then Kepa plays 90 minutes in the next one, instead of just having them off every 60 minutes, every halftime, every game. Even Setford, I wouldn't mind seeing Setford even for 20 minutes to see what he's all about as well. But for this one, I'm going David Raya needs to get ready. Obviously, for me, is the best goalkeeper in the league, and if you're going to win something next season, Raya has to be very good as well for us. Centre backs, I've gone with Kivior and Saliba. Saliba went down the tunnel the other day, but he was okay, nothing to worry about. I was thinking about starting Mosquera, but because it's Tottenham, I would start Saliba and then Mosquera comes on for this one. Kivior for me is a must keep even before all the injuries. I think Kivior deserves to stay in the team. He will definitely play a role with all the injury issues that we have right now. He'll definitely play a massive role for us. So Kivior is a very good passer of the ball as well. Same with Saliba. Both of them are very good defensively. So I'll have both of them there. And then fullbacks, I'm going to go with Lewis Kelly and Ben White. Get Ben White, keep on improving his game as well. He's been very good in pre-season so far. I remember 2 seasons ago, Ben White was one of our best players in that run where we finished 2 points behind Man City. Ben White was really good. Last season, a lot of injury problems, and when he came back at the end of the season, he wasn't up to speed. But these 2 pre-season games, he's been looking like the old Ben White. So give him more game time, giving him another 60 minutes, then sub him off for Josh Nichols. Lewis Kelly, still need to see more from Lewis Kelly so far in pre-season. He isn't back up to speed like, for example, like Ben White or someone, but no worried about Lewis Kelly. Will be okay. I remember the last time he played against Tottenham in the league, how feisty he was in that game. So start him there and then maybe bring on Zinchenko at halftime or something. Midfield, I'm going to go with the main midfield. Zubimendi, Rice, and Odegaard. That's the midfield we expect to start against Man United. So let's test it out here. We've been going with different versions of this midfield. I think the first game we went with Declan Rice, Norgard, and Nwaneri. And the second game, we went with Zubimendi, Nwaneri, and Merino. So we haven't really seen this midfield starting together. So this one, I'm going to go with Zubimendi, Rice, and Odegaard. Odegaard hasn't started any of the 2 games. It's been Nwaneri in that position. Last time, Nwaneri wasn't that good, but Odegaard was better in the last game. Nwaneri is better in the first game. So start Odegaard in this one. And then up front, I'm going to go with Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz. I think Saka will start. Madueke hasn't joined the team as of yet. Now, on the left side, it could be anyone. It could be Trossard instead of Martinelli, and up front, it could be Merino instead of Havertz. It might even be Gyökeres starting the game. Who knows? But I doubt because of the fitness. I mean, it would be absolutely fantastic seeing Gyökeres there for at least 45 minutes at the beginning of the game. But Havertz starts there, and then hopefully second half, we can see a bit of Gyökeres in this game. And that leaves on the bench these guys: Kepa, Setford, Zinchenko, Mosquera, Nicole, Salmon. So goalkeeper-wise, you can bring any of those. Defenders, you expect Zinchenko on for Lewis Kelly, Kivior, Saliba, Ben White to be replaced by Mosquera, Nichols, and Salmon. And then midfield, you take off Zubimendi, Rice, and Odegaard to bring in Norgard, Merino, and Nwaneri. We have enough midfielders. Then up front, you can bring in Trossard, you can bring in Dauman, and obviously you can bring in Gyökeres or any of the youngsters, depending on how they want to balance the minutes out. But it would be great to see Gyökeres and Mosquera in this game for sure. So I do expect Arteta to go for that midfield because you're getting closer to the season. Up front, it's very tough to predict. It might be Merino instead of Havertz. It might be Trossard instead of Martinelli. We might even try, you might even have Saka maybe on the bench and start Nwaneri on that right side. But for the midfield, I think it's going to be something like that. But let's see. Again, I think they'll give people 60 minutes before subbing them off because they're getting closer to the season. Maybe a couple of subs at halftime, maybe Saliba out, Mosquera in, maybe one of the forward players off, maybe Trossard in for Martinelli, and then most of the players would expect them to play 60 minutes. But I cannot wait to see this game. I think we've played well in the first 2 games, especially the Newcastle one. We had more than 20 shots against AC Milan. We had like 15 shots against Newcastle. So those shots, can we have Gyökeres converting them, please? I would absolutely love to see that. So in terms of prediction, I think Tottenham are going to get a goal. but I am going to go for a 3-1 win for Arsenal. So last time I predicted 3-1, it was 2-1 to Arsenal against Newcastle, or 3-2, sorry. So I was accurate in terms of us getting 3 goals. I think we're going to get another 3 goals here, but I think Tottenham will get 1, especially when we sub off players later on. So 3-1 to Arsenal. I don't know if he's going to start, so I can't predict he's going to score because I'm not sure if he's going to start, but it will be very interesting to see how it goes. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.